All right.
Joe.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Well, meeting. Show.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today? Wonderland?
Real quick. I had a DM from somebody saying, dude, killed the fucking Wonderland. I'm like, we can't, I'm not going to cover it like we have been, but there's no news today that I'm actually seeing because I haven't had a chance to look. But this is a story that impacts the whole industry. And so we're going to have to keep up with what the solutions are. So real quick to everybody, I just posted a new episode of Mission DeFi about Gains Network. We talked about that a little bit last week. After listening to it again to edit it, so fired up about this project, man. I can't wait to use the hell out of this thing. So, and here, let me give everybody our little affiliate link with them.
Okay.
So
you're going to put it on the bottom?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the banner. Okay. So anyway, just this is such a powerful platform, man. Synthetics trading, leverage trading, fair trading. They don't empty out the rest of your account. The only thing you're risking is the amount you're putting in a trade. So when a liquidation happens at 90% down, or 0.9% down, depending on the leverage you're using, you just lose what you put in. And, for leverage traders, I don't have a ton of experience with leverage trading, but from the perspective of being able to, do higher speed trading, like we can do on, like I do on centralized exchanges with our mean reversion indicator, this is now possible and it's completely decentralized, right? Because you're trading synthetics. So Forex and crypto, they're adding stocks and commodities later. So this isn't a really, really awesome platform. I'm just so impressed. And of course, I'm really impressed with the fact that, I'm really impressed with the founder, Seb, because he built the entire damn thing by himself and managed the community and managed marketing and biz dev, got a huge grant from Polygon. They have a contest going all the time right now. Where's the contest? Shit. Anyway, I think it's $150,000 trading contest. And almost everybody that gets in, if you have one trade in profit, you at least win $30. So it's just an awesome platform. Polygon loves it because it's using Polygon. He's going to use roll-ups from Polygon later. Really nice guy. Obviously determined to build something really great. So anyway, some possibilities for us for a partnership later on, but nobody's going to be able to type that fucking URL. Wow. I'll put that in the comments so people can copy it there.
I went gains.trade and get to least to their website and start there.
But don't do that because we get a cut.
Oh, the referral link. Yeah, sorry, man.
Joe.
Sorry.
God, Joe.
I'm not up on that game too well, but I'll learn. I'm learning.
We get a piece. So here's the deal. 200 daily traders generates $14,000 a day in fees to the platform.
Oh, hell yeah.
So split that. We get half.
All right. I need some income.
200 of them to go, right? There you go. All right. So that's it. Great episode. Check it out at missiondefi.com. Really, Seb is a really cool guy.
Cool. So I will start moving that one in other channels too. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, everybody saw the, I don't know. Everybody's probably been pretty happy this morning with the little,
where pump. Are we right now? I haven't even looked at the friggin' chart since the pump earlier.
I got ETH at 29.43 and BTC over 40.
Woo!
43.15.
Here's the interesting thing. All those institutional guys in material indicators are still saying, well, they were saying when it hits 39, it dumps to 19. So they're all saying that this is the level where this whole thing eventually capitulates. But
institutional guys or individuals?
Now these are all the traders at material. The guys at material.
Yeah, like XBT and all those guys.
Whales, all those guys. They're all saying, their line was 39 and then capitulate. So this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I kind of go the other way on that one. I mean,
I would love to see it break right through. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I think everybody's still waiting a little bit. I don't see, if the Fed came out and said, oh, we're hiking rates a point, or, there was some numbers today, unemployment and something else that were out. I didn't really track it, but it must have been interpreted okay, or we wouldn't be running like this because it came out in the morning. And then there's always that counter logic about, oh, you don't want the market to be doing well because then the Fed's going to raise rates, which is going to tank crypto. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I think if the market's booming, crypto's booming. So, that's the way I go. And right now still. And then in any big dislocation event, we still don't know. Do people shift into crypto or do they stay where they are? And, that's a tough one to see. But I don't know. I feel good about everything right now. When it's so doom and gloom, and when you're telling me these guys are saying it, that makes me feel even more that it's going the other way.
Well, that's a nice little tiny parabolic line though today, man. That's kind of fucking crazy looking at this.
Yeah, and that's the 5-minute candles.
I'm looking at it on CoinGecko, and it looks like, somebody hit the lie detector machine, and it just went straight up.
Well, yeah, the BTC chart right there, $3,000 move.
Yeah,
from 3720 to 4020.
Yeah,
4200.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of feeds in with a lot of the media. Like I was looking at where was this?
I just would like to not worry about what the fuck Bitcoin's price is anymore. That's what I'd like.
Well, MicroStrategy, Saylor's looking for other ways what to do with his 125,000 BTC, and he's talking about yield farming and shit like that. So he might be heading toward DeFi.
Well, look, I want to actually have a note to talk to you because I want to do a show next week where we just look at Bitcoin DeFi projects. So those on Stacks and those on Sovereign, because there's some powerful shit happening there. Like, and look, I tweeted the other day, there's one project that has broken through and has government endorsement, and that's the city of Miami with City Coins. And that is a Stacks BTC project. That is a Stacks DeFi project. Yeah, that's all based on the layer that they built on top of Bitcoin, and that's by the protocol Stacks. And when you start handing cities $7 million this week to the city of Miami for nothing, like doing fucking nothing, and then the mayor says, "I'm going to give it to all the residents," that's going to get people's attention. And all of us that think Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom, we're all going to dominate DeFi, better not fucking sleep on what Stacks and Sovereign are doing on Bitcoin, because they don't have the traction yet. But as soon as the fucking maxis capitulate a little bit, or the rest of the world says, "Hey, I want to check out this DeFi shit," and starts with Bitcoin, then things might change. And a lot of the institutional guys may say, "Well, look, I can do the same shit and be on the Bitcoin network. I bet my boss would be happy if I'm on the Bitcoin network."
It's kind of the cover your ass safe move.
It's like I bought from IBM, right? And so I would encourage everybody to go take a look. Stacks and Sovereign, Sovryn. I've interviewed the Sovereign founder. I can't get fucking Manib to schedule a time from Stacks, but I tagged him the other day. He agreed to do an interview, but it's been months. But Stacks is a polished platform. They have a shit ton of money, and they're handing it out to projects. So anyway,
I saw that.
We'll do a show on it next week.
Yeah, I saw that. Austin has one, and I think New York City has one, and now Philadelphia is getting ready to launch.
Yeah, Philadelphia's just said, "Show me the money." Fuck yeah! I mean, what are they going to say? What elected official is going to say, "No, I do not want.
I don't want more money.
Free money."
Yeah. I mean, because you can fund anything you want with that.
You know what city would do that? Fucking San Francisco.
Yeah.
Because it's Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. No, but look, back to Saylor and MicroStrategy. He's got 125,000 Bitcoin. 110,000 are currently unpledged anywhere, and he's talking about doing something with that. So I don't know where he has the other 15,000. I would suspect probably Aave or something like that. But that's what he's talking about, because they took an impairment loss of 149 million. Yeah. And so he's going to start. He wants to park this somewhere, borrow against it, and then buy more Bitcoin. So that's a pretty friggin' big move there. So I thought that's pretty interesting. I mean,
maybe that's part of our pump today.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, there was another one. Which one is this now? I saw Novogratz is taking on green crypto mining. So they're doing a whole bunch of things to try to get that. And it's got a lot of good data in this article. Single Bitcoin transaction consumes 2,264 kilowatt hours. 100,000 Visa transactions uses 148 kilowatt hours. Now, I don't know. I guess that's just really saying it's very hard to use Bitcoin as a payment system because of the cost per transaction. But, they're actively working to get that down. And I thought this was kind of interesting. This sustainability commitment, Global Bitcoin Mining Council, is estimated to have used a 57.7% sustainable mix. So I guess that's renewables, solar, wind, all of that. But what I was thinking about was, are the mining companies, going into Klima now and buying carbon credits? Do they have to do carbon offsets, or are they just doing it on their own initiative? So that makes me start thinking about the carbon BCT, Klima, anything around climate change and carbon credits. Yeah. This could be a big boost for that too. Yeah. And then, of course, MIT experts are working with the Boston Fed to test the central bank digital currency, US. Good article to read in MIT News. My favorite, Zuckerberg's dream of launching cryptocurrency officially over. Got shut down everywhere, all along the way. And I just wish that dickhead would just get crushed. I just hate those motherfuckers. It's an abomination, man. It's just sick. And there's something else I saw about that. Silvergate bought the DM operations, which was the Facebook.
Silvergate's actually a pretty cool operation. Crypto-based bank. Have some cool capabilities, and they're smart because they see what USDC is doing, right? So now what would be really smart is if they want to make headway with DeFi, is figure out a way to have it backed so they get regulator clearance without the backdoor blacklist. So I think that's next to impossible, but it'd be interesting to see if they tried using this infrastructure. And I guarantee you, look, Facebook has some awesome fucking developers, right? And I guarantee you, whoever was developing Diem did good shit.
Top tier.
You would think. So I think they've bought themselves a good product. We'll see how they use it.
Yeah, and then of course your buddies at Cardano, they their DeFi protocol attracted 100 million native tokens staked. I think this is Meld, and I was looking at this. It's actually kind of interesting because you could stake tokens, but they never leave your wallet. Yeah, and you could stake anything. So something worth looking at.
If they would fire the fucking cow that runs that thing, they might actually get some adoption.
Yeah, God, that guy's such a jackass too, man. I just whatever, man. Just get out of the top 20.
And apologies to everyone that's a fan of Cardano and him that listens to the show. We just have strong opinions. We probably shouldn't, but we do. So, but we still love you, and we hope you still love us.
Yeah, and prove us wrong. That's all I ask. I don't care.
Listen, the thing that's most frustrating about that project is the frustration is not that it took so long. The frustration is that it was treated like an academic experiment while fucking with people's money. And that to me, and then it took so long. Right now, look, there are plenty of people that have made shit tons of money on Cardano. Don't get me wrong. And from a trading perspective, it's great because it's got that nice volatility, runs up and down. But I'm not a fan of dudes. It's the same way with the Avalanche founder. Just not a fan of assholes. I know there are people in crypto that love, the guys who are fucking abrasive and annoying and dick. And I get it. I do understand kind of that bravado and let's go kick their ass kind of thing. I'm just more of I guess I'm a little more kumbaya. I like competition. I love competition, but I like it where, we're all learning from each other. So.
James says, Hoskinson's had 5 years to prove us wrong, and it still doesn't work.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah. But this is good news, too.
James said, cool fact, if you stake stacks, you get BTC as your reward.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
Speaking of BTC, one BTC veterans raised $150 million to bring DAOs and NFTs to BTC.
Oh,
so this is kind of interesting. So Muneb Ali, let's see, it was Princeton Blockstack. Where is he at now? Work Bitcoins Anonymous. I didn't get a chance to read this article. New York-based Trust Machines is the company. He co-founded it with Princeton computer science professor J.P. Singh. unleash the true potential of Bitcoin, developing DeFi, DAOs, NFTs.
Yeah, but see,
so it's called Stacks, now called Stacks.
That is Stacks.
Under rebranded Stacks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the problem is the fucking maxis, the guys who control huge chunks of the Bitcoin supply, hate it because it's a layer and it's coins are released for the protocol besides Bitcoin. Now, in lieu of that, here's my smart ass tweet from this morning. So there's a new DAO to try to free Julian Assange, right? And they've already raised $4 million.
Where is he now? Is he in London still or Sweden?
Yeah, okay. No, I think he's still in London. And so they already raised $4 million. So I tweeted, Bitcoin maxis, I'll never put money in useless scam shitcoin DAOs. Free Assange DAO. Have you seen how we raised $4 million to free Julian? Because it's like, what the fuck, man? You know,
is it going to his legal defense fund or is it going to that?
Yeah. So essentially they are, there's an NFT being sold by an artist to raise money for him. And they're raising to pay, I guess, some outrageous amount for the NFT so that all goes to his legal fund. And then they own the NFT as a DAO. Which is cool because they may turn into some value.
Yeah, he deserves legal representation.
He does. Look, I'm so torn with that guy. On one hand, I want anybody publishing information to let us know corrupt shit that's going on. And our government was fucking around big time. And he revealed a lot of really critical shit. So I kind of put Snowden and Assange on people who were willing to risk their lives to let us know what the fuck was going on. On the other hand, I also understand the argument that at some point, you know, our intelligence services have to be able to keep shit secret. So it's like, I'm a bit torn on that one. I lean more to free the information when we're fucking around and doing shitty shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the counter on that one. That, you know, the problem was a lot of that information that was revealed compromised sources in a lot of foreign countries. And there was like literally thousands of people executed over that shit. Yeah. And that's why they will never forgive him.
I mean, I don't know that we have proof of the executions.
Well,
but my point is I agree with that. You're right. And he irresponsibly disclosed.
You know, look, because it was that stupid State Department cables. Why their system wasn't more secure, I don't know. And I don't remember where this all came from, if this was the Chelsea Manning stuff or if this was something else. But, you know, still, when you're talking about people in other countries that we work with to influence or whatever, in those countries, a lot of those countries don't like that, particularly the authoritarian ones. So think, you know, all the ones that we don't like. And those people did get rolled up. I mean, that's the first thing that happens. They get rolled up and tortured and then executed once they get up the network.
No, I get it. Totally get it.
So that's bad. But on the other hand, but go ahead. But I was going to say, to your end, I think he's been punished a lot.
Totally.
I mean, sitting in that hole, the Ecuadorian embassy for what, 5 years?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I kind of am going more that I know everybody wants payback, but I think that he's served a pretty big sentence already.
Yeah. And I would like some subtlety, right? So maybe in the law that, yes, we want the press to disclose shit, right? And keep our governments accountable. That's their purpose. But that there is a punishment for irresponsible disclosure. Right? That there is a punishment for disclosure that puts people's lives at risk. Right? And guarantee you there's a lot of people that even if he doesn't go to prison are going to want to kill him. So because they've lost family members or whatever. Right? So anyway, we should probably not.
He's just effed either way. But so tell me more of the Assange DAO. So you tweeted, I'm not going to invest any more BTC shitcoin stuff. Is that what you said? Or
yeah, I was making a smart ass comment about Bitcoin maxi libertarians. Right? They would never. I'll never put money in a fucking DAO, this scammy shitcoin shit. I mean, you can search right now for scammy shitcoin DAO and you'll find some fucking maximalist going off. But in the meantime, those scammy shitcoin DAOs are raising $4 million for Assange's legal defense fund, right?
Yeah.
It's just trying to, I'm always busting chops on the maximalists. So.
No, it makes sense because who are the loudest ones there? It's probably the newest people that have gone through the brainwashing programs that different people are doing. That what they think it's the only thing, and it's like whether they're Hare Krishna or BTC, it's just the same fucking thing.
Now this is crazy. Oh, never mind. It's never mind. I thought it was something else. Well,
Oh, no. So I was looking at this, just some stuff on sentiment. Kind of like how people are going into Bitcoin on weaker dollar stuff. Just, it's a good article to read. I don't want to cover it too deep, but it talks about the employment drops, factory activity, whether that's a micron or it's, something else. And I saw some other data, they talk about this, the lack of participation in the labor market. And I'm seeing data that there's like 30 million people out there with long COVID that just can't work. They're totally like, Lyme disease kind of thing or something. They're just so chronic fatigue syndrome.
My other buddy, Chuck, out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
He's got long COVID. Now he's not debilitated, but it had been 3 months since he worked out. He just started exercising again last weekend. And his doctor was like, he's trying to get answers. And the doctor's like, we don't fucking know.
No. Yeah.
So, we don't know what's going to happen to you. But anyway.
Okay. So this is a theme here is that, the primary catalyst behind the Fed's rate hike plans was steady recovery in the U.S. job markets. But since the number came in lower than they expected, lesser than expected ADP readings, the central bank could backtrack on its tightening plans or slow it down. So that's what the bump's about.
I get it. That makes sense. So I will tell you this. I checked in on a couple of messages that I had from Fred. It does look like, although we broke through that wall, there's a massive sell wall a little bit above us. And the support wall at 35,000 has completely disappeared. And it's down at 30,000. So, everybody be cautious. We are not financial advisors and we are not fortune tellers. We cannot fucking predict what's going to happen. So,
Let me see if I can find your guys' latest heat map here.
I can forward it to you. Is
it this one?
I don't know. He just put it on Twitter.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, no, I am not. I'm just saying that it's gone up 3,000 today.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
sure what happens next.
Exactly.
So to me, that kind of move makes me happy because I see everything else in my, alts and everything up 10%. But that doesn't mean I'm going in at this point.
Exactly.
So be cautious. I'm just saying I kind of want the big wick down, and blood in the streets basically, because when it hits like that, then everybody starts pouring in. So that's when you kind of clean out all the paper hands and dead weight. And then you kind of have a solid foundation to move up. But I don't see how it goes down to, would you say 19?
Yeah.
I don't see how it goes below the cost of mining without.
That's what's hard to imagine. No, I love that theory of yours. And I definitely agree. I think that's a problem. I mean, theoretically it could, and people just panic and that's what happens. Right.
But then everybody's going to storm in at that point,
Yeah, exactly.
If the cost to mine is 24 grand and it's below that, I mean, everybody's going to want in on that action. The miners are going to be playing that too,
exactly,
to protect their stacks. So I look at that as kind of good too, as long as it goes fast.
Right.
I don't like these bleed them out things. I like just 2 shots in the head. And then
I did a poll on Twitter and I said, would you rather 50% drop over 3 months over a month, or 50% drop in 24 hours? And everybody said 50% drop in 24 hours.
Yeah. Because everybody's just lingering on a knife's edge. I mean, that's what stresses everybody out.
Exactly.
Once it moves,
it's like, just get the fuck over with. Yeah.
It's like, now you're okay, cool. Don't have to worry about that anymore. But, this was cool too. Bipartisan tax bill was just put in place for a tax exemption for small crypto transactions. So everything below $200 doesn't have to be reported.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Virtual Currency Tax Fairness Act. I mean, it sort of reminds me of deducting meal expenses.
Right.
It's like if it's less than, this is a couple of years ago, but if it was less than $75, you really don't need a receipt. You just claim it. So because they don't want the burden of having to deal with it. Same thing
I
here.
just saw an article the other day saying they can't even keep up with what the fuck they got.
No. I remember seeing some article, there's like 15 systems built on top of systems. I think the core of it's still running on IBM mini computers from the mid 60s or something like that. and all this other stuff strapped on top. I remember reading stories when they're, hired temps to process returns and they come in and they find the temps have stuffed them all up in the ceiling and hiding them and throwing them away and stuff.
Can you imagine you get that temp gig and they're like, here, here's 500 people we're going to fucking audit and run to the poorhouse. And they're like, huh.
Yeah. Or you're like, hey, man, I could lose your return for you for $5,000.
Exactly.
But this is good because this kind of focuses on the big stuff. And it's a bipartisan bill, so we'll see where that goes.
So
Benny and Schweikert.
Yeah, real quick, let me hit this. Did you see this GameStop and this Project Immutable announcement yesterday?
I saw something about that. I don't remember what it was.
So I saw this announcement yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck? That's awesome, man.
Are you going to share?
Full blown. I can share it, I guess.
You don't have to. I was just going to move the screen if you needed it.
I left my fucking door open, didn't I? That sucks. You know what? I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Anyway, they announced a partnership. The founder of Immutable's up there talking about how great this is. It's basically NFTs and integrations and baking the NFT marketplace for GameStop. And I'm assuming they were planning, some level of integration. Well, then I saw a tweet this morning. I gotta fucking find that. I'll post it in the comments when I post the episode later today. But essentially, it looks like Immutable paid GameStop in $100 million of their tokens to do the partnership, and GameStop dumped $30 million this morning.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I did hear about that.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? How are you working in this industry? How are you working? Yeah, a grant. How are you working in this fucking industry? A grant for a public company that just had their valuation soar over the last year. How are you working in this industry and know that that's going to come back and bite your ass, right? Like, you don't put a lock on that money. You don't do fucking anything. You let them sell a third of it 24 hours after you announced it.
So they permissioned them to sell it. That's weird because I certainly would not allow that because it's a grant. It's not an investment. If you're like doing a Series C into somebody, then you let them trim a little shares because you want them to feel good about it, the company. But, not on a grant. I mean, that just...
Well, it's not a grant. It's a bribe. So they can say they have a partnership.
There you go.
That's all it is. That's the same thing. That's what SEC fines are for big banks.
Yep.
You can call them fines. They're still a bribe.
Yeah.
Or a fee.
Well, yeah, a tax.
Yeah.
This is pretty good, too. Good article in Forbes on DAOs. Not a fad. They're a platform.
Nice.
Interesting stuff in here. But, this is a normie magazine that people read. So we kind of see what's going out into the say, crypto community. But it's pretty cool. I recommend reading it.
Yeah.
And then I thought this was pretty cool. I don't know if you sent this to me or we were talking a little about MEV and stuff like that. Did. Yeah, just-in-time liquidity provision.
No,
Popular MEV strategy for DeFi. Let's see what we got here.
Well, and I encourage everybody, don't forget about CalSwap. By the way, CalSwap, if you swapped, the vote is about to pass to release the Cal token and take the whole team from CalSwap over into its own entity and its own DAO. So if you have swapped in the past on CalSwap, it's very likely you will be receiving some free Cal in your wallet. But don't forget that CalSwap provides full MEV protection. And when you do trades on layer 1, mainnet, you do not have to pay your fees in Ethereum. You can pay it in the token that you're trading. So it's whenever you don't have ETH for gas or you don't want to spend it, go to CalSwap at least. But they also have a cool model for getting best prices and both sides. So,
yeah. Well, that's all I have news-wise. That was what caught me this morning. But this is kind of the story of the day right here. The BTC chart in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's going on there?
Absolutely. Let me see if I had anything else we didn't touch on. Listen, I'm going to ask everybody, hey, if anybody's interested and would like to come on the show, go to Stacks and check out the projects that are on the Stacks protocol or Sovereign, SOVRYN. DM me after you've checked out one of the projects and we'll let you come in and summarize it. So anybody that has an interest in just for shits and giggles being on the show, maybe we'll do it next Tuesday or Wednesday, Joe. What do you think?
I think it's great. And just remember, I saw an article the other day, too, that now it's turned that, people who are known as having crypto have more success in their dating life.
Exactly.
So think about that. Get on this show.
Crypto gets you laid.
and all the guys will know that that you're cool.
Yeah. Is that working for you, Joe?
Not really. No. It's like, I just
Single
don't really
man.
go anywhere. I just don't go anywhere right now. I'm just still like, I just, walk, spend time with my daughter and do this.
Yeah, but you're in the best place possible for it. I'm not going to say, but
the Grove.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. We will say.
Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, but look, I got a mango tree right here. I've got a family of peacocks living in it. I've got, iguanas. We got a big orchid garden right there with about 400 orchids on the side.
It's the best place in Miami. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm under the trees. When I was up in like Northeast Miami, I always felt like I was sitting in a friggin' broiler oven. I mean, it was just so bloody hot. And when I was on a Venetian Causeway living there years ago, same way, man. It's like you just feel like you're in a microwave or an oven. But here, you feel like I'm in Costa Rica or something like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, I do, go into the bar scene occasionally. They're all outdoors. So if anybody I know is listening, don't worry. I'm not doing anything stupid. And there is a lot of talent around, but, just kind of busy, tired.
I just realized your daughter doesn't still listen to this, does she?
No, but I think my mom is. My dad probably is too now. He's going, that's my boy.
Sorry, Mom. Really sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that.
Trust me. She knows all about me.
Okay. Yeah.
All the good stuff, all the bad stuff. So.
Oh, good. That's awesome. All right, buddy. Listen, have a great Friday.
Yeah, you too, man. Anything else? Let's. I got a ton to do. So you want to cut this short today?
Dude, I got so much to do. But don't disconnect. I want to talk to you a minute.
Okay, I'll stick around.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please message me, B05Crypto, if you want to be a reviewer of one of the Stacks Protocol projects, or you just want to tell us what we should or shouldn't be talking about. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. Rate us, review us. If you like us. If you don't like us, tell us privately. Don't put that on a review. And we appreciate it. Tell your friends and family. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Love you.
Enjoy the weekend, and don't get too stressed if you see a lot of volatility. Talk to you later.